Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 9, Episode 13, Adventure Time. We have one left after this, which is the finale, and then one season of Adventure Time remains. But then we do have Distant Lands. It's like the cherry on top. I always hate when I'm on the last season, but when there's like a movie like Deadwood. Deadwood had 3 seasons, short and sweet. I loved it. It ended on a good note, but still a lot of unanswered questions. And then it had the cherry on top with the movie, which didn't come out till like 15 years later, but I saw it as soon as it dropped because I finished the series like a month after the movie came out, something like that. I was lucky. Just like this, Distant Lands already exists. So when I finish season 10, we have that. I feel like there's not a lot of them, but I feel like they're long. So even though it's only maybe 4 or 5 episodes, I feel like each one's a solid hour, maybe longer. That's like 4 or 5 episodes, almost like a little mini series in each one. And I feel like they probably would have picked the things that need to be addressed. People said it was good. People, without spoiling anything for me, said Distant Lands was very well done. There might even be more left, but that is in the near future. This is called Whispers. We clearly see it is the Lich / Sweepy. We finished the Elements miniseries, and I expressed in one of the last episodes how there's a lot of loose ends. They had Normal Man on Mars with Betty. We had Sweepy getting the horn to grow back. We had Jake turning into the alien creature that impregnated his father. We had Princess Bubblegum. We had Marceline turning into a Marshmalline or whatever it is. Marshmallowline or Marshmalline. I think it was Marshmalline. We got that story last time. So basically we got BMO's version of how they went from islands to back home. Then we got Marceline's version of what exactly happened with Patient St. Pim and everything with that. Patient St. Pim hasn't been seen since that all ended, and she had herself put into a ice dome and sealed somewhere. We don't know where, I don't think. She said, put me underwater because that's the best way to go. I'll see you in like 1,000 years. Maybe we're done with Patient St. Pim. There is not a lot left. Maybe 15 episodes. I think the last season has 14 episodes. So counting this, 16 episodes left. I don't know what they're going to tie up and what they're going to leave unaddressed. Fiona and Cake in the last episode almost appeared to be real and in our world, but there's something more going on with that, I feel like. Either they are just a TV show that has lasted thousands of years on a VHS tape, and I'll accept it based on other things that have happened in the show, or Fiona and Cake are real. And then this rabbit lady ran off and Ice King freaked her out, and then we saw a beam go into his head. I don't know if they're going to address that because I feel like that was Betty and Normal Man, or maybe one of the two, beaming into Ice King's head. And it looks like now we're not going to address that. We're going to address this. The Sweepy growing the horn and possibly becoming the Lich. But we got Finn and Fern and what looks like a skeleton hand that is gigantic. So let's just jump in. You guys want to be way ahead. Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. If you're seeing this on YouTube, we are done in full with everything Adventure Time through Distant Lands. Dozens of exclusives you only see there. If not, we're jumping in. Season 9, Episode 13, Adventure Time. Whispers. Whispers, and there is a giant sky ride. Ew. Where are they? Why are there skeletons all over?
Yeah.
And
water and light combined so I can make my own food.
What is going on here? It's a cemetery. The golden fish.
Nice.
Golden Magikarp. What the frig is that? Piranha, shark, dolphin, alligator.
Just like I dinked it up when you left, Du.
You did dink it up a
I was
bit.
supposed to protect it.
Yeah, you suck.
I just covered myself in root beer and danced around like a dog.
And then crashed with lemongrab. A squoze.
I feel better.
What's with the giant golden Magikarp?
Not dinking it. You know my first battle with the giant? I never told anybody this, but
You boom-boomed in your shorts.
I boom-boomed. The point is, I learned
I
from it.
boom-boomed in my shorts.
What's that sound?
Oh, I bet it's a monster.
Gotta be Sweepy.
Sweepy!
They left the magic fish.
What do you think we should do next?
Sever his tendons?
Sever his yes.
Before you say no.
Sever his tendons. Whispers.
You can renew the book and bring it back next week.
Oh my god. Fern is strong.
The monster.
Was it LSP?
The monster.
Why'd he say
gives
LSP?
me bad thoughts.
Ah, the floating skeleton hand. is the Lich.
But they said I was imagining things. I really did see it.
It sounds like you might just be having bad dreams.
No, I only have one dream anymore.
That's horrifying.
I don't want to be bad.
I was gonna say, I feel bad for Sweet Pea.
Now let's get you home.
But it's getting late. Your body will be preserved for thousands of years.
Okay.
Fern is insane.
You want me to knock him out?
Clearly the Lich is around somewhere.
Can I help you?
Oh,
Is he robbing
sorry.
them? What does he
Just
have?
scuttling around.
Gonna be brooding about this all week.
So it wasn't him.
Sorry, man.
It's the hand. It's the giant Lich hand. It is the giant Lich hand that got cut off.
Oh no.
Went all over. Jumped out the window.
It must have been the day that BMO found that little sailor hat. That hand is the flippin' Lich!
I know.
I returned once more to
Evil!
that vessel may appear harmless, but he came from me.
Oh God, here he is.
Finn!
Oh, so he is able to control Sweet Pea, but how do he break free?
Was that my monster daddy?
Monster Daddy.
Delegate.
I'm a total scrub up.
Dude, there's already one Lich loose and new.
You got this.
You got it.
Quickly, while the boy is gone.
Am I turning into a monster?
Where has Jake been? We've been here before. Wasn't this where Jake was conceived or something? I know this isn't where Jake was actually, I don't know. It had something to do with Jake. Way deep underground, in a subway. Damn, man, it just came at him and knocked him.
You've bested me in many worlds, child, but I always return. I know exactly what I am. The last scholar of Golb.
I too am Doom.
Oh my God.
Child, you have failed. The vessel has turned.
Sweet Pea.
I am not a king of ruin.
Obey! No!
Oh, maybe Sweet Pea will jump in with it. Oh, jeez.
Hooray!
Hooray.
You're a natural.
He won't let me follow you, so I knocked him out cold.
How funny is that? Because that's what Fern said. Should I knock him out?
Burn! Sweet Pea saved me and slew the Lich.
That's great.
Obey me! Obey!
Oh my God. Finn's phone was on.
I can't even guard a baby. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I could become the only Finn.
But that's a weird thing to call me.
All right, guys, another great episode. We see Sweet Pea actually confront the Lich. The Lich hand is real. I figured so much. I just wasn't 100% sure if it was in our world or another world and what exactly happened to it. We saw, unless I'm incorrect, all I remember is seeing it fall out of another dimension and falling on BMO, and I feel like it cut right there. We see a flashback where it then jumped off the table and leaped out the window laughing, and then Finn and Jake reappeared. And then Finn remembered the moment. The thing that was weird to me, though, is Finn's like, oh, I remember seeing this thing before. Maybe I heard it incorrectly because Finn didn't actually see it. Finn remembers that BMO talked about it, but when Finn and Jake reappeared, the hand was already gone. He didn't run to the window and look outside or anything. So maybe I heard it wrong, but it sounded like Finn said, I remember seeing this before. Either way, the Lich hand is real. Sweet Pea turns, but quickly then overcomes the evil, stabs the Lich hand. It explodes into demonic ghosties, and Sweet Pea carries Finn home. I still feel like the Lich could be a thing. If that is their way of wrapping up the Lich, it is possible. We have the finale left, which is next. I'm going to jump right into it. That is the end of season 9. And then we have maybe 2 or 3 hours of Adventure Time left before Distant Lands, if you add all the episodes up. So maybe that was their way of wrapping up the Lich. And I guess what better way if that is? I don't think it is. I think there's still something in Sweet Pea that could control him, and maybe the Lich is in there somewhere and growing with evil. I don't know. It could be the end. Not sure. But regardless of that, it basically gives Fern a reason to want to go after our Finn now. I thought he was going to go after Sweet Pea and become like violent or something like that, but he is going to become violent. He's just thinking, I have to be the only Finn because that Finn is so much cooler and so much better than me. He does everything right and everyone loves him. He with ease destroys any foe. And it really is the case. So Fern is the opposite. Fern does everything wrong this entire episode. He's talking about how he made Oo turn into what it is because he didn't protect it. Then he's saying, like, how do we stop Sweet Pea from running? Oh, let's sever his tendons so he can't run. It's a baby. So Finn's like, dude, that's way too far. You just gotta, like, talk to him, like, calm him down, and then everything works out. And then even then, Fern is still like, yeah, should I knock him out? Should I do this? Hey, we're going to imprison you and torture you and this and that, drop you in a hole. Fern, even if that is what you should do, Fern is saying it right in Sweet Pea's face. Like, he has no filter and he is clearly insane and very violent. So at the end, we see he has now turned that into a negative even further. And now he's all these things, but now he wants to go after Finn. And then Finn at the very end made a comment saying, well, that's a weird thing to call me. Did he hear what Fern was saying? I unless him and Sweet Pea were in the middle of a conversation, and when Fern stopped thinking in his head, then we heard Finn say, well, that's a weird thing to call me. I'm assuming that's what it was. Because if Finn just heard all that, then clearly he isn't going to be easily fooled, and he probably should take precautions and shut down Fern right now. But Fern's going to be a problem. Jake wasn't around for pretty much the entire episode except for a phone call. We're in some weird part of the world by the underground subway. That was spoken of before. I feel like Jake was like, oh, this is where my mom and dad had their litter of puppies or something like that. It might be a different sewer, but in that sewer was where the Lich was basically hiding out and had this portal where he was trying to throw Finn in, and it ends up getting shut down. I don't think it accomplished destroying the Lich yet, but maybe it did, like I said. I don't know. I'm jumping into the finale. You guys want to be way ahead, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The links in front of me. If you're seeing it on YouTube, we are done in full with everything Adventure Time. Dozens of exclusives. Check the link. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.